Some parents in Pearland are challenging the liquor license application of a family restaurant there, the Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, trying to sell beer at its restaurant. But some parents are saying it's no place for adult beverages.
Joining us live to talk more about this are Wendy Heath, who is formally challenging this permit, and Parent Jamie Newman. Thanks to both of you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Wendy, first to you. This is obviously a way for Chuck E. Cheese to cater to its adult following, the grown-ups, and bolster that bottom line ultimately. What's your basic problem with this?
My basic problem is I assumed Chuck E. Cheese was a place for the children. Their slogan is where a kid can be a kid. They advertise on the children's channel. They have a mouse as their logo, and I've been to parties there before, and it's just basically for children. So I was very surprised when I drove past and saw they were applying for a liquor license.
Well, Jamie, you being a parent, what do you think when you see this? What's the worst thing that could happen if an adult, a responsible adult, goes to Chuck E. Cheese with some kids, has a beer? What's wrong with that?
Well, first of all, I want to clear up the misconception where people believe that we're just crazy ladies out here in the suburbs who are totally against drinking, because that's not the case at all. Not the case at all. My main concern is we've done any simple Internet research that you do about the issue. You can find countless Internet articles where there have been alcohol-related altercations at Chuck E. Cheese. And one alcohol-related altercation in front of any child is one too many, and there's just no reason to have that there.
Apparently, Chuck E. Cheese has said that those altercations were not alcohol-related. Is there any way to back that up, Jamie?
Well, there's a few articles that you can read where of course they're not. Chuck E. Cheese is never going to admit that anything is alcohol related. But if you go and do a little more research, you can find instances where the investigators believe that alcohol was a part of it. There's even one Wall Street Journal article that quotes that the Chuck E. Cheese gets more calls by the police than the biker bar down the street.
Wow, Wendy, as you try to challenge this permit from going forward with Chuck E. Cheese, how are you going to do that when you go before a judge? What are you going to say, and what's the process look like?
My process is that Chuck E. Cheese environment is strictly for children. They have a toddlers area, they have a middle school area, and they have like a teenage area. There's nowhere in there for adults to play games. They have up to 100 or more children running around at the same time. So was on a moral standing that you do not need to put alcohol into that mix. I mean, I did read one of the comments was about there's a lot of, which is true, preteen drinking, and you're trying to stop the teens from drinking. So if they go somewhere like that, they don't necessarily need to see alcohol being served around them, which might encourage them, to have a little sip. So therefore, let us we need to have at least a couple of places alcohol-free for our children as they are growing up.
Thanks so much for sharing your perspective on this. We do appreciate it. Wendy Heath, who is formally challenging a permit by Chuck E. Cheese to add beer to its menu, and Parent Jamie Newman as well.